was just a classic late break. Look at that, throws it in, rotates it a little bit, under braking, grabs the hammer, has the inside, kept waiting for Baldwin to come across, no sign of it.
Now he did a nice job. Again, patience has really paid off for him so far in this race. Let's just see if that truck will hold up, because we did see a little bit of smoke there a couple of laps ago.
There's that very, very tight 180 left-hander at the end of that long, long blast out of the Argonne Loop down this straight. There he comes, makes the turn, driving back in. Could that smoke, as some of these corners are starting to dry slick up a little bit, could that have just been some tire rubber?
It
just
could have
burning
been.
it up?
It could have been, or a piece of the bodywork might have been rubbing on the tire and caused a little bit of smoke. Could have been either one of those things. So haven't seen it since.
Such a spectacular shot up close through that turn, man. That is where commitment, along with confidence in your equipment, it rules right there.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of confidence in yourself and a lot of confidence in that race car to throw that thing in there like that. That big engine, of course, has Kurt LeDuc running pretty fast at that point where he makes that right-hand corner.
That's 440 cubic inches of Roush engineered grunt. You know that thing's making some serious smoke, if you will, and on the good side of the smoke equation. Meanwhile, here we go into that final turn, and you can see a lot of dry slick out there. And you come off of that rough, choppy stuff, you come off of the loamy, and then you get into the dry slick. And coming around, you've got to have it dialed up. Now, this race is a fairly long race. Obviously, they got to be thinking well ahead as to what the track's going to be like at the end with tire choice and the combination and groove cutting those tires. We are back, and you see Renazetter coming by. We have 2 laps to go, and Renazetter continues to lead. But we've been watching Kurt LeDuc, and he's definitely showing some very, very good speed right now. I don't know if he's got enough time to make up the margin in 2 laps, but is he closing a little bit, Larry? It looks like he might be.
Yeah, he's closing a little bit, but I think there's a combination of things going on here. Renazetter knows that all he has to do is finish 2 laps without making a huge mistake. If he can do that, he's going to win this race. So he might be taking a little easier into the corners to make sure he gets that truck rotated. He doesn't get around too far and spin that truck. See how much harder Kurt LeDuc went into that corner? He got the back end way out a lot earlier because he's trying to catch him. Renazetter is just trying to keep that truck straight.
Boy, and Renazetter just got by Andy Morton. It looked like Andy's truck, yeah, he's got a problem with that left front corner. And look at the plume of smoke LeDuc threw up there, as he has just got that thing absolutely taped to the boards, doing anything and everything he can right now. But as you said, Renazetter knows his cushion. He's got a spotter telling him what's going on. He's driving the gap maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but Renazetter was lucky. You got to be lucky. If Mortar had pushed out just a little bit further, he could have pushed him right into that berm and put him out of this race. It would not have taken much. So he was lucky there, but he has driven a terrific race. And you're right. He's kind of timing this thing. He knows how long it takes to run a lap. Can he gain 3 or 4 seconds on me in a minute 30-second lap? Boy, it's going to be tough to do.
And now we're down to the final lap. 1 to go for Carl Renazetter. And if he can hang on, he's going to add a nice trophy as well as a rather large check. And you can see LeDuc definitely making up ground, but it's, as you said, I think it's definitely a combination of things, and LeDuc still needs some help. We're going to hop back on with Barlow for just a bit here. He's now up into 9th, so I'll tell you, it's been a never-say-die drive for Steve Barlow, and there comes Renazetter coming up behind him, and this may be something that LeDuc needed. If Renazetter gets trapped here, LeDuc may be able to get a little bit of an advantage. Barlow looked like he floated over and let Renazetter through.
Yeah, nice move on his part just to get out of the way, because he could have caused some problems there. But I'm going to tell you this, Kurt LeDuc is not going to give up. Still a half a lap to go, and he's going to keep the hammer down, hoping that all has to happen is a flat tire maybe on one of these jumps right here, which we've seen happen many times. And if that happens, LeDuc still has a chance.
Well, you can't give up, but boy, it's looking awfully good for Carl Renazetter. And you know, I have not seen another sign of that smoke from Renazetter at all, so maybe it was just, as you said, some body rub or just breaking a tire loose on some dry slick. Meanwhile, LeDuc now coming by, getting underneath Barlow, giving them lots of room, but just too little too late at this stage, I think.
Yeah, he's just, he's not going to be able to get it done. He can almost coast home from here. He's only got 1 corner to go.
Final right-hander, taking it nice and easy, tiptoeing through, no mistakes. Gently feed her some throttle, and Renazetter has done it. He has added the Precision Gear Governor's Cup to the other wall of trophies that he has. LeDuc is second, and for Renazetter, not only the trophy, but you got to point out that big check. and I think I saw Scott Douglas coming through for third, so a good run for him. But there is your 2004 Precision Gear Governor's Cup champ, Crandon CORR. Well, he's just adding to that nickname.
Well, he certainly knows this racetrack. He hasn't been racing here near as long as some of these other guys, but he likes the speed, he likes the racetrack, and some guys just adapt to certain racetracks better than others.
And he certainly has the strategy figured out as well. So Carl's going to take a moment, gain his composure, climb out of the truck, and we'll be back to visit with him in just a minute. Speed Channel's coverage of the Precision Gear Governor's Cup has been brought to you by Lucas Oil, worldwide leader in heavy-duty and high-performance lubricants and the official oil of championship off-road racing, and by Nissan Shift Performance, the official truck of championship off-road racing. Welcome back, everybody, and here is one happy compadre. Oh, look at the dust come off him as he's up there celebrating. Boy, I tell you what, he drove a perfect race. Wisconsin girls love Carl. Well, I'll tell you what, I get the feeling that Carl loves Wisconsin as well. Here are the results from the 2004 Precision Gear Governor's Cup. Renazetter with the win, LeDuc, Douglas, Evan Evans, and Scott Taylor. 2 Pro 2s in that top 5. That's pretty impressive. And a Sportsman 2 there at 7 with Dan Bedot. So great run there. This is a look at our complete field. You can see Johnny Greaves. That may have been the story here because he was looking so good. Now let's take a look at how the 4-wheel drive group actually fared here in just their class within a class, if you will. And we're also going to take a look at how the 2-wheel drive class fared, won, if you will, by Evan Evans. But with half of the prize money going to the winner, that's where we're going to find him in the FabTech Winner's Circle.
The reigning Pro 4 champ, who has already won the Borg Warner Cup. Now you'll add your name to a very short list of 6 other people that have ever won this race. You will be the 7th name on the list of the Governor's Cup trophy. Congratulations.
Oh man, that was a sweet victory, I tell you. I wanted this so bad. We were the bridesmaid the last few races, and this means a lot. The Governor's Cup is so awesome. I'm so glad for Lucas Oil, BF Goodrich, Speedomotive, all of our sponsors, Autometer, K&N, Goodrich, Goodwin USA Competition. It's all great, and we're real excited, and just can't say enough for this truck.
Talk to me about this race, because the battle that was going on was you, Jason, LeDuc was in there. LeDuc had a picture-perfect pass right here before the finish line, and you managed to get around everybody. Yeah,
you know, Kurt's really good at that. He knows when to pass, and his Skyjacker Ford was hooked up too. But you know, this race is about attrition, and our truck was close. I mean, I think our T case was pretty close to being let go. Something was pretty loose in the back. The motor fuel injection was getting a little iffy, so I just had to baby her around the last few laps. And you know, this truck is strong. Our team is so great, and they prep an awesome truck. And what can I say for this Lucas Oil Chevrolet? Tires were awesome. You know, this track is different now because they imported some clay, and now it's gone blue groove, and BF Goodrich set us up, knew what we needed, and it was great, awesome.
It was a phenomenal run, guys, and deservedly so. A champion wins the championship. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Ken.
You don't think this is tough work? Listen to that interview again. He was winded. He worked hard for that check and for that trophy. And I'll tell you what, his name now goes on a rather august group that is on the side of that Governor's Cup.
Certainly is. Johnny Greaves, of course, last year, Scott Taylor, Rob Cacker. A lot of great winners in this race, and he certainly deserved this one today. He did a great job.
Set the strategy up early and then followed it to absolute perfection and paid off with a big win. And for Kurt LeDuc, that third one will come. You just get a feeling that's eventually going to happen again for him. And we'll be hoping we can be there and watch it when it does unfold. Now, our Skyjacker suspension shock of the race. This one was the hot seat moment.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Jason Baldwin comes off of that corner, and that engine just absolutely explodes. There's fire everywhere as he goes over that jump. He couldn't get that thing stopped quick enough, pull her off on the grass, unbuckling as he stopped, trying to get the window net down before he even came to a complete stop, and jumped out of there as quick as he could, because you could see once he was out of there, the back of his uniform was brown. It was charred from all those flames inside the cockpit.
You see the safety crew on the spot fairly quickly, looking after him. That's going to wrap up action here at the Precision Gear Governor's Cup. And I'll tell you what, those opening few laps, Larry, absolutely brutally intense.
Probably the best opening lap of any race I've seen for a while. Because those guys, everybody going for it, there was no holding back.
And it was fascinating. Now, we got to change gears. We move in our next 3 shows, going to be coming at you from Topeka. 3 races, 2 of them under the lights, something new.
And a brand new racetrack. They've run Topeka before, but it's a brand new facility there, brand new racetrack that they built. Nobody knows it. It's going to be very interesting.
It's going to be an absolute blast. We remind you always, check out speedtv.com as your online source for racing information. That's going to wrap it up from here at Crandon. We will see you next from Topeka. For Larry Rice and for Ken Stout, I'm Greg Kramer. Until then, take care, everybody.